Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's the second episode of BCI 101, Basics of BCI Hacking. So today we'll look into capturing the alpha wave. Alpha wave being one of the biosignal we can use when hacking with brain-computer interface. So let's get into it. So why do I start? So it's episode 2. Why do I start with the alpha wave? Well, alpha wave is probably the easiest brain-computer interface experiment to conduct. This is where I started many moons ago. It's an easy experiment. The signal is simple to analyze, so it's a great introduction to EEG signal processing and more generally in psychophysiology. That is, how do we link psychological states with physiological measurements. What is the alpha wave? It's an inhibitory signal, so it has a negative effect. It's measurable in the occipital and parietal region, so mostly behind the head. It's associated with a relaxed state, eye closed. Very important, you need to have your eye closed. And it's considered a passive paradigm. It's passive because it's not like motor imagery where you try to control something. It's not like a P300 where your stimuli induce a reaction. It's more just a passive where it reflects your state of mind. It's an inhibitory signal because when you close your eyes, what happens is when you close your eyes, there will be a signal sent to deactivate, in some sense, the occipital lobe, which is responsible for processing visual information. So when you close your eyes, you don't need your visual system, which is located behind the head. And this 10 hertz is kind of like reflects the deactivation of the occipital lobe. Now we will be conducting this experience with a Muse. Okay, so currently we're hacking with a Muse, and which I presented in episode 1. The alpha wave is most powerful occipital and parietal lobes. So some might ask, okay, but the Muse doesn't have any electrodes behind the head, and that's a great observation. But still, the alpha wave is so powerful that even though the Muse only has electrodes behind the ear, where basically TP9 and TP10, it's close enough to parietal and occipital regions such that it will pick up this alpha power. Of course, I'm thinking maybe in a few episodes we'll look into a different setup where we do have electrodes in O or in P, and then we'll see that the alpha power is even more powerful, even easier to track. But even with the Muse, an entry level system, you can pick up this alpha wave, and we will find it at TP9 and TP10. The experiment design is, so the paradigm is eye open, eye closed. So those are our two conditions, okay? We will compare what is recorded when the eyes are open and when the eyes are closed. The parameters of our experiment is going to be 30 seconds inter-trial interval, during which we'll present the instructions on screen. The recordings will be 100 trials of 120 seconds per condition. There's going to be 4 trial blocks. Okay, so all this together, what it means. Let's roll back, but basically this is the timeline here of the experience. So we'll start with initial padding just to let the signal settles. There's going to be 30 seconds instruction, eye open 120 seconds, 30 seconds instruction, 120 seconds eye close, and then we repeat this loop here 4 times. What you notice here, those are auditory cues, so that you hear them, you know when this trial ends here, especially this one because you have your eye closed. So the cue tells you, okay, time to go to change to read the instruction and go to the next one. For this experiment, because of the nature of what we're measuring, we don't have the need to do some mix or randomness. No, this set of trials will be executed without any random sequencing. During the eye open, I will be reading something, okay, just to keep my attention, my focus, okay. It's not going to be a hard read, just quick read. I was reading news articles. One thing to be careful, we don't have at the moment a artifact rejection system. We will look into it in the next episode, episode 3. But for now, only through the instructions, I tried to limit as much as possible the number of blinks that I did during the eye open segment. Then during the eye close segment, you try to relax. Just close your eyes, try to relax. You might want to try to reach some kind of meditative state without overthinking it, just trying to really be calm and do nothing. Okay, try to limit eye movements while your eye are closed. This can interfere with what we're trying to measure. So this is a very simple paradigm. This is why you can start with this. You don't need advanced programming to conduct this experience. Very simple, and it's almost fail-safe. If you're processing your data properly, you should get some results. The way we're going to be analyzing the results, we will do frequency analysis, which is projecting the signals in the frequency domain. We'll have two methods: the spectrogram, which shows frequency over time, and then we'll do a statistical analysis by doing a power spectrum density using the FFT, and then we'll just have like one graph. We drop entirely the time here, the time domain, and only focus on the frequency domain. What we're interested in is the 8 to 13 hertz power bands. This is the common definition for the alpha wave power band. Now, I already recorded the data just because I wanted to make sure that the results were going to be good before showing them. I did fail my first experiment. I explain why. The second time it worked, and those are the results I'll show. I have right here what comes on screen. So if you run the code that is available on the GitHub, this is what you'll see. So Python lesson 2 connects with the muse, then this initial padding, and then you have the trials, 30 seconds, pre-trial period, blink a few times, eye open, reading. Blink a few times here is during the pre-trial period, just because keeping your eyes from blinking for 2 minutes can be a little bit hard. No, so you just want to blink and wet your eyes properly, and then you go in, you try to not blink, then you close your eyes, you relax, and this repeats. So trial block of trial 0, 1, 2, 3, so 4 times, and then the experiment ends. This is what came out. So this is spectrogram analysis here that we have. Projection, visualization. So what we have, for those that are not familiar, I'm not going to go into the whole theory of frequency analysis here. For now, just consider that when we record EEG signal, it's a very common approach to project it in the frequency domain. If you're interested in this topic and not informed that, you might look into fast Fourier transform or the Fourier transform. It's really a way to look at the data differently. Okay, eventually we'll get into this. For now, let's just stick to simple stuff. So here we see the padding and the first 30 seconds. So between the two white lines are eye open state, and between the two blue lines are eye close. And already here, you see this is TP9. That would be the left electrode. We see it's very faint, but we see a line here, a line with 10 hertz, just a little bit above 10 hertz. We see it here, we see it here, we see it here, and I mean a little bit here. It's faint, it's a little bit wide, but we see more or less that there is something there. Okay, here we see higher frequency activity, mostly when eyes are open. We're not going to focus on that today. These elements here are likely to be eye blinks. You see, this is eye open. Probably, I remember having a few blinks while my eyes were open. On the frontal, we don't see this 10 hertz here. Okay, the two frontal electrodes we see. We could expect to see a little bit of it. No, it's such a powerful wave, but we don't see anything. And here, this is the right electrode, and again, we see it here. We see it here. We see it here. You see here, it almost seems like there's a few bursts that takes place. But I think you'll agree that this. You almost have to believe me because it's so faint that it's not a solid demonstration of the alpha wave. By the way, to get there, I'm not sure what I'm showing are z-scored and normalization, and this is the in decibels, so it's kind of 10 times log of 10 of the signal. So just be mindful. This is the best way I got it to show up, but be mindful that I had to do a little bit of processing to really highlight this effect using the spectrogram. if we look at the spectrum density, power spectrum density, which is to get there, you compute the Fourier transform, the FFT, and you need to square your values because the amplitude, square the amplitude gives you the power, something which is proportional to power. Those are not decibel, though. I just noticed a mistake here. Those are not decibel, so forget about decibel. It's simply power amplitude per frequency. So now, while the spectrogram, we could see the time going on the x-axis. Now we're forgetting everything about the time. What we have here is the average power spectrum density frequency representation across the trials, and split between eye open and eye closed. And what we see here, you see between, again, 8 and 13, we see the bump here that happens while eyes are closed. And this is the signals we are looking for. This is the alpha wave power. Now, it might seem like the amplitude is quite small. I understand, I get it. Let me just show you something here. You know, amplitude looks small, but you have to how we visualize the data greatly affects how we see them. So you see, if I just zoom in here, we see that even though it shows up pretty small on screen, it is quite a significant effect. So there's definitely an increase in the alpha wave power here, from roughly 10 hertz to give or take 12 hertz. So it is a real effect, and you shouldn't just like look at it and say, oh, it's small. Funny enough, I did find an effect here that I'm not explaining as of now. I did at ChatGPT, and the delta band, which is very low power here, from 0.5 to 4 hertz, give or take. So we do see a big increase here, but I didn't look into explaining it. It's just funny that we have two results here, but the goal here was really to find this alpha wave here. The synthesis for this experiment. So I told you the first attempt failed. Maybe I got something in the processing wrong, because I remember I fixed something lately. But the paradigm that I tried first was 5 seconds of inter-trial period, 30 seconds for each trial, 5 seconds, 30 seconds. But I repeated much more times. I think I did 10 trial blocks instead of 4. I'm not sure. Okay, but this didn't lead to any results. I suspect either two things: either I had an error in the code, or 30 seconds is just too short to really allow this relaxation state to take place. I'd be curious to try it again, but for now, I mean, the goal was simply to get the alpha wave, and this we did. So we did capture the alpha wave as shown. You should definitely try it. This is the first paradigm I remember trying as a BCI hacker. That's more than 10 years ago. So that was the first thing with the Muse again. That's the first thing I tried. And it's not so hard. I'm providing the code. So if you're getting there, it's going to give you like a quick success. Be careful when you're doing the eye open paradigms with eye blinks. The frequency domain of eye blinks overlaps with the alpha wave. So if you have too many eye blinks, it will interfere with the quality of your results. We'll look obviously into artifact rejection a little bit later. For now, I just wanted a first BCI paradigm as part of this series, a quick win to get started with this series, and for you to be engaged in the project. Next lesson, we will keep with the alpha wave, but we will turn it into a real-time biofeedback paradigm with auditory feedback. I remember doing that, and what is nice is you can, because you have the auditory cue, and you can actually control with, you can kind of tune in into this mental states that triggers higher auditory feedback, and you can really gain some control over your alpha wave all through auditory feedback. So I'm looking forward to show this demonstration to you in the next lesson. And given this, we will begin to work with basic artifact rejection, so that we start to build something that is a little bit more robust to eye blinks and muscle artifacts than what we have right now. So this will be the topic for the next next lesson. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you feel if the topic interests you. If you have any suggestions or any questions, greatly appreciate your feedback. The link in the description, you'll find the link to the Discord. If you have any issues running the code, or you have any further question or want to join the community, you can join in the Discord. We're a bunch here there that discuss. There's both people that are interested in simpler topics and also some people that are just interested in more advanced topics. So this conversation, everybody's welcome. And then the code is available on the GitHub. Feel free to download and play with it, adapt it to your needs. So thanks a lot for your engagement, and looking forward to the next lesson. Bye bye.